Happy Motivation Monday, June 8th. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I see Alvin, Tiffatat, this and that. Make sure y'all go and check out the panel. Go to my community tab, and you guys can go click and check out yesterday's panel. It was amazing. How y'all doing? So, Los Angeles, y'all dodged the bullet. Spencer Pratt lost his race. And I'm going to tell y'all why that's a good thing. Spencer Pratt is an extension of Donald Trump. Yes, the same, and Zoran won, and he is now the mayor. That's a good thing. So we will take our wins where we can get them. Georgia, I hope y'all did the right thing as well, too, but we know that y'all will always, if you're in that deep district, that one district, we know how y'all white voters will vote. We know exactly how y'all will vote. And y'all will keep voting against your own goddamn interest. And it's sad. It truly is. I mean, how much bigotry and hatred can you have in your heart to keep voting against your own goddamn interests? Lord, I done misspelled. I put Kwame Spencer. Kwame Speaks will be joining me today at 4. Make sure y'all tune in. But yes, I know Alvin says when he gets in the gym, he'll sometimes lose signal. But like I was saying, though, Spencer Pratt losing, that's a good thing. He's projected to lose. Shout outs to Aaron Parnas, Midas Touch Network. Let's talk about the interview yesterday Orange Piggy did with Christian Welker. That right there, these reporters are sitting up here tolerating this fucking abuse from this orange pig, this petulant child. Unacceptable. But see, that's what he does with any journalist. And I can remember on Fox when Brett Baier did an interview with him. Brett Baier fact-checked him to his fucking face. And guess what happened? He went off. He lost it. Y'all know what clip I'm talking about. See, this is why they don't want the truth. They don't want journalists who push back or critique them. That's exactly how authoritarian leaders think. You're not going to silence me. And if that motherfucker was to sit down with me for an interview, I would be roasting him straight to his face. The same thing I'm saying to y'all right now is the same thing I will be saying to him. There will be pushback. There will be accountability. Because you cannot go out here lashing out at the journalists like that. And Republicans saying, well, we need to tone down the rhetoric. We need to have a certain, you got Abby Phillip on CNN saying that we need to have a certain modicum in respect. But Republicans don't have a certain modicum in respect. So how the fuck can I talk to somebody who's disrespecting me, being racist, and have respect for them? You don't do that. Black people are going to match you with the same energy that you give us in 2026. And that's just that. We're tired. We're fed up. Enough is enough. And to Orange Piggy, you went out there and you stormed out your interview because she was pressing you and fact-checking you to your face. I can guarantee you, homegirl over there at CBS, ABC, that's right there to produce, over 60 Minutes, that's letting go of all these journalists, Christian Welker will probably be fired too. More than likely, because she pushed back. She critiqued and she asked him the hard-hitting questions, and he didn't like it. It's always powerful women that are news anchors that rattle him. He did it before, back when he was president the first term, with 60 Minutes. He stormed out of his interview like a petulant child. That lets you know that this man is stable and out of goddamn control. He can't control his feelings. He can't control being held accountable. He doesn't like it. But see, that's what you do with authoritarian leaders. You push back and you hold their asses accountable. That's what the fuck you do. That's what you do. You don't sit up here allow them to get up here and lie in your goddamn face. And I mean, if you go to the press pool at the White House, it's ridiculous. With what's her name from CNN, Christian Collins, he said that she should smile more. The Epstein files, that's nothing to smile about. We're sitting up here talking about women who were essayed, and you want me to put a smile on my face? That's nothing to smile about. Exactly, Alvin. We're going to match your energy. But then when we match their energy, then they want to get up and they want to cry. No, it's no fun when the rabbits got the GUN. I'm going to play tit for tat. Let's play. I want to play. And like I said yesterday on the panel, I'm not letting up off of this bitch. I'm not letting up off of his ass. Because that yesterday, that pissed me the fuck off. She didn't deserve that. And neither does any other journalist who was out here doing their jobs. But I wouldn't be surprised if Barry Weiss over there at CBS fires her. The same way she let go of other journalists who were out here giving accurate facts and truth. This is where you have to counter their lies. Like, really. Because they want to be able to spin their narrative. They want to be able to have news that is biased and published towards them. That is not the truth. The same way you had the USDA under this regime lying, saying Biden is the cause for the screwworm. No, he's not. Incorrect. Not true. Biden is not the president. The current sitting president that is an authoritarian leader in the White House right now is Donald John Trump. It's not Joseph R. Biden. So let's debunk that right now. See how easy that was? And also, Jake Tapper, since you write a book about Biden's health decline, why don't you write a book about Donald Trump's health decline? Because someone like this, there is something psychologically wrong with them. For you to sit up here and gaslight people and play in our goddamn faces. There is something that needs to be studied about this man. He is a whole walking case study all by himself. And his niece, Mary Trump, who warned how dangerous her uncle is, wrote a whole book about him. Y'all need to go check it out. Too Much and Never Enough, How the World's Most Dangerous Man Was Created. Y'all need to go and check that out. I'm telling you, nobody knows you better than your own goddamn family. His sister aired him out as well, too. Remember the phone call with Mary and his sister where she aired him out? Remember Michael Cohen got a phone call from his sister? And she said, "What is my brother doing? Tell him not to do this ever again." And he would listen to her, and I wish she was still, she's no longer here. But God Almighty, I wish she was still alive. Baby, the way she aired him out in that phone call. Republicans are going in every extent, every avenue to maintain power. You were spot on yesterday. Thank you, Alvin. Yes, that's what I was saying. That's why I do what I do. Not just me, but Bubs. Bubs is like, well, I'm still learning myself as well, too. We're learning from each other. We feeding off of each other's energy, and we're learning from each other. And that's what makes a strong unit that pushes back against authoritarianism, is we each have to collectively be able to speak truth to power. And it is so many of us out here. And there is no bias against Donald, to Donald Trump. We're against everything that he's doing. And that is what it makes. That's how you push back. And yesterday, Christian Welker, she pushed back and he didn't like it. That happened, mind you, that happened before we went on yesterday. Because Hope posted a video, Hope Giselle posted a video. I'm like, Christian Welker, what did he do now? Donald Trump storms out of interview. And I think Aaron Parnas was the first person who posted about it, Donald Trump storming out of his interview. This is not the first time that he's done that. He did it back in 60 Minutes when his first term was here. But this is completely different. His second term is straight authoritarianism. Whereas before you had people in his, it was called a cabinet, and those are people who can't do it. His sister was a nutcase too, and almost just as evil. Oh, his sister. One thing I did not know about him is that he cheated his way to get into school. Somebody took his test for him. And Mary and the sister was on the phone. And boy, did she air him out in that phone call. But see, that just proves everything right here. He cheated to win the 2024 election. So to Waj, who's on with Danielle Moody, Wajahat, he asked the question, do you think that the 2024 election was rigged? I think so. And with the help of Elon Musk opening his pocketbook. And what did we see during the Super Bowl? What commercial did we see? T.S. Madison clocked it, I clocked it, and so many others. Starlink. This motherfucker didn't break a sweat on the campaign trail. Just think about it, y'all. Kamala is out here doing the work. Biden was supposed to be slated to run for re-election as well, too. But that debate left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. But I'm like, yeah, Biden got this. He can do it. He's for the people. Well, people were just like, no, he's got to drop out. George Clooney and everybody wrote a whole think piece saying that Joe Biden needs to drop out of the race. And what did he do? He passed the torch to Kamala. And she brought so much joy. And she came in less than 107 days and was on the, feet on the ground, came out swinging. But some people would say it's her messaging, it's this, that, and the third. I thought she ran a flawless campaign, which was when we fight, we win. And she did it. She said, joyful warriors. And that we are, because like Bubs said on the panel yesterday, even with Conscious and Bubs, what they do is they bring joy. What I do is I bring joy as well, too. Each and every one of us, we bring joy. But the way Conscience and Bubs do it, Bubs said it's edutainment, where you're being educated and you're being entertained at the same time. And it's just brilliant how they do it. You know, their commentary, their perspective. You will be in stitches and laugh, and more importantly, you'll be informed. So shout outs to Conscience and Bubs and the rest of the Short Stack family, Alvin, Tit for Tat, this and that. All of us, we each collectively, Deshaun, we call him our little dragon. That's our fire dragon right there. Deshaun is passionate, and as well as I. So our energy together is like a volcano about to erupt. Literally, because we both fired up. And we take this serious. Like, this man is getting away with so much goddamn evil, it don't make no sense. But what really pissed me off is how women reporters and women in general in a position where you're in the news, we're expected to be, docile and just sit there. And if it's somebody coming on disrespecting us, we got to have a certain, as Abby Phillips say, a modicum of respect. No, I'm going to take the Joy Reid approach. I'm going to fact check you to your face. I'm going to say, no, that's not right. Remember how he showed his ass at the National Association for Black Journalists during the election in 2024. Rachel Scott. How he disrespected her, a black female journalist. Abby Phillip, what did he say to her? That's a stupid question. What did he call April Ryan in the press pool during his first term? She was nasty. He called her and Hillary Clinton that. Yamiche Alcindor, PBS News. And there's so many other journalists. Caitlin Collins, he asked her, why doesn't she smile more? She said this is a whole case about the victims and survivors of Jeffrey Epstein. So why would I smile? What's funny? There's nothing funny about that. The same way it wasn't funny when Tony Hinchcliffe made that joke about George Floyd at Kevin Hart's roast. And you got Kevin Hart and Steven Jackson out here, friends, as they would say in quotation marks, trying to defend it. No. But like Bub says, there are people out here who have a dark sense of humor. But I, per se, didn't like the joke at all. But they have been laughing and getting off at black people's pain for ages. They have been laughing at our pain and harming us for decades. And they think that this shit is cool. It's not cool. Like, there's nothing funny about black people losing their lives. George Floyd didn't deserve that. So you can see why black people are pissed off. And you have the unmitigated gall and audacity. You were sitting right there at his funeral. Tom Brady warned you, and so many others said, don't do it. And that's exactly what it is. You were told not to do it. And you went and you allowed Tony Hinchcliffe, the same comic that got up there at the Madison Square Garden Nazi rally back in 2024 during the election, who called Puerto Rico a floating pile of garbage. You allowed him to get up there and say the shit that he said. How convenient. But yes, this is where we're at. But again, I'm glad that Spencer Pratt lost, because he's an extension of Donald Trump. And the same way he's out here endorsing Ken Paxton, he endorsed Ken Paxton. And there's a race between Tallarico and then Paxton. Y'all ain't gonna have no choice but to vote for Tallarico, because y'all wouldn't vote for Jasmine Crockett. Y'all still won't vote for black women. And it lets us know, at this point, black people, we have washed our hands completely. And yes, we're sitting this one out, but at the same time, we're boycotting. We're not spending our black dollars where we're not welcomed. And I think that is very smart to do. The Asian blackout, because Asians, some of them, are very anti-black. Very. And they've aligned themselves with white supremacy and the whiteness, the adjacency to whiteness, the same way Hispanics have. The same way that there were some Muslim voters in Dearborn, Michigan. Remember that? Because of the whole Palestine and Gaza situation. Y'all were very critical of Kamala for that. But she says when you're vice president, there's only so much in a position that you can do. You're the tiebreaker, basically. But you know what? Kamala came out and she said, we could have done more. And I commend her for that. Commend for her, because she was an outstanding woman. Intelligent, beautiful, joyful. She had joy. And not only just that, but she would have helped you. She didn't care about your political affiliation. If you can support the orange man, you can support her. She didn't care. But y'all have so much bigotry and hatred in your hearts that you can't see past that enough to vote for somebody who was willing to help you. Now y'all are out here suffering. And see, black people, we've been read the room. We warned you. We told you exactly everything that he would do. And there were some of our own people who voted for him overwhelmingly as well, too, because of the trans issue. Y'all made us public enemy number one, as I stated yesterday on the panel with Alvin. Y'all made us public enemy number one. Why? Because y'all are no different than Amir Odom and D.L. Whisperer. Because these are black queer men who are both staunchly conservative in their views and their beliefs, who have been deeply indoctrinated to turn their backs on their own people. But the difference I can say between D.L. Whisperer is for black women. He's just for biological black women. He doesn't think that trans women, we should exist. He's also for the eradication of trans women. He's also a Barb as well too. And Nicki Minaj, MAGA Minaj, she is anti-LGBT. And when it comes to Caribbeans and Jamaicans, some of them are. They are anti-LGBT. And we're seeing the onslaught continue in other countries as well too. Yesterday on the panel, Alvin talked about what was going on in South Africa and how they don't want immigrants to get the jobs. What do you think they're doing right here in the United States right now? Deporting people who are doing the jobs that those sun dodgers won't do. And y'all held up signs at a rally that said mass deportations now. Now your farms are starting to suffer as a result of that. The economy is starting to take a tank and suffer. Immigrants make this country great. And so do black people and so do queer people. We all do our part collectively. But see, y'all voted against that because y'all hate the people that he hates. When are you going to learn to unlearn the hatred that you've been taught and realize that y'all have white privilege? Trust. It's going to have to take somebody to revolt or rebel and something to happen to get us out of this shit. To be honest, there is no voting your way out of authoritarianism and white supremacy. Period. There's just no way out of it. So, white people, you're going to have to be prepared to get uncomfortable. I said what I said. You have the privilege, you have the complexion for the protection. So, y'all are going to have to fix it. Every time y'all make a mess, y'all expect black people to come in and save you and clean it up. We're not doing that no more. We got to save ourselves first. But y'all voted overwhelmingly, 77 million of y'all, and then some of our own blacks because of the issue of trans people and your conservative Christian values. That's why. And I'll close there. So I will see y'all today, Fashion Dolls, at 4 p.m. Eastern with Kwame Speaks, head and CEO Media Network. Y'all